But he talks to them.
All of our husbands are very nice guys.
They are, we're very blessed.
We are very blessed.
All right, let me get with the company to eat. And now have the Uber. Behind you. Janet, right here. Can you fit? Is this? I have so. He's gonna show her. Even my sister. But. I'm having to do my baby. It's got long. I don't see them. They're not there. I think it's. And God already left. If I think you guys are fine.
Okay, last one.
Something from Santa Monica.
Figure out what I'm doing, and I have to take it.
Will you be able to see if it's something like that?
Well, these.
Oh, she left off.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and my battery ought to hold for as long as we have this meeting, so. And if it doesn't, too bad. The battery ought to be good long enough for this. If not, I'll move back there and plug in.
So I'm hoping because I'm just gonna take the next few my dog.
Oh, well,
And then I typed it up and I said, I mean, in the border home
yeah.
and said, why would I carry that? From there to Walker?
Well,
This is new.
well, I've had it for a couple of years. What I do is I record this, and Ann takes notes, but I record it. It's recording, so when something doesn't clear on her notes, she can check it on the video. I just send her the link and she clicks it when it comes out. Well, if you don't know, he's seconded. The back application if I want.
That's not.
And always want. No.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, I should guess, but I didn't. Yeah. Somebody loves it.
Yeah, that's.
Sorry.
I weeded all that stuff out last night. I had so much paper. Oh,
Sure, yeah, that's great. I don't know. Minutes of the last.
I brought mine. Yeah.
Good Friday. That was like, got it.
You don't have any hard process.
And most people don't read mine.
I'm not gonna mention it.
Yes. Yeah, you don't need it. Yeah. We have some in the budget, we have this one. And this one. The annuals. Yeah.
I haven't, but I'm.
Yeah, those are the things that in Kitty wrote too.
Yes, right. Okay. Do we need, did I make copies of those annual minutes? Yes, I have. No, but I mean, what you have, that agenda, did I make copies of that agenda? Yes, you did. Okay. That was in the folder, okay. All right, it's not, I'm not gonna lose my mind, but.
Well, now
This is gonna go,
roll their books out.
oh, right, they're sending around cards. This one's projected,
And they're gonna bring it back to you.
and then they have to bring that back to me. That is a lifesaver.
Right. I know. we just stuck in there. That was a lot.
Barbara just knocked it out of the park.
Give me. I'll give it.
Did Sherwood get hurt? Or Sharon? I wasn't sure.
Okay, number two. Dee said that Linda's door.
Apparently it was a very bad drug.
Okay, okay. That's what I thought. Everyone. Are you ready for this? No, I'm gonna do way with so much. I go home with all the paper, I don't wanna throw it away.
Yeah.
And then I use it, I print on it, and I have that much printing. Paper.
I'm gonna do with all the extra, brochures, like those are from that, all the teacher of the year, the Yergamar, the.
Oh, I've already got it.
She had, I think.
Okay.
Just like a variety of.
Okay, Dan, this goes this direction to you. That's correct. In our little salary, this paper. That, I don't know if Alice had that done. I've got a copy. You gave me one yesterday. Yeah. that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm, I've I'm not getting.
Dillard?
Next Wednesday.
Dillard, no, I do the meeting, but.
That's great. I usually be fine, so I. Can you cross that way?
That way,
Yeah.
sure.
How many years?
Doing all of the brochures, there's some are, and over this past year, so they're gonna have to find in the bond.
Yes.
But I don't, you're our teacher, you're the, Yeah, it's the guidelines, which I need to work on, actually, that's one thing I need to do. Okay. You know, but each time, I think it's also the description of each.
Bob,
Yeah.
it's Bob.
I didn't think that.
I mean, can we use it even though her picture's on the back?
Apparently he's having to take care of full-time care.
Do you want, y'all want us to hang on to this, or do y'all want me?
And then when you get healthy, like, you get break, you get healthy.
And then here's the other one.
All right, thank you.
$2,500 place. Yeah, we can take it. We took them before and they were all in the goodie bags. We gave them all out. Yeah, we did.
They said that those are all outdated, I don't want.
Okay. Okay, but they're not, there's only one day. I said, Belinda, we really missed your husband, Bob. I think I'll just put and you too.
That's good, that's really good. That should give her a laugh.
Oh.
Y'all, these were out in the restaurant last night, left, are they anybody's?
Well, and I'm sure they have.
But I was watching my house.
Well, I told you I'm not going to be doing
Nobody else.
Okay, they were there, but we were all sitting.
Okay.
And I took care of my desk, there's something.
Sounds like I missed your husband. Oh. We have an extra card if anybody.
Oh.
Someone else would like. Okay. That was good. That breakfast was good.
You know, just.
Okay. Real fast.
Did I just pass it around?
Yes.
They want some of these to take home.
Oh, yeah.
Give you that many. I'm not gonna use the fruit. And you want more, you find out more. Need one. Oh my God. Oh, okay, yeah. But I was just trying to get set up. That's, you know, my heart rate was going too low. I don't have heart rate. You know, I haven't had, I don't know what they you know, care what's coming around this. Here's for your auxiliary.
Thank you.
For your auxiliary.
Okay, I don't have one, but.
I've got a box.
Yeah, it's her husband live breathe a lot now. With her husband live breathe a lot.
He does,
Bob live breathe a lot.
but not a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, he has hearing aids, but he doesn't wear them.
Oh, well, the same with Bob. I always have to look to see if he has an in or out, so I know which one of voice I have to use. And I have trouble going to church because I'm spending the whole time being in two different ways, because he can't hear him on that, so he's just so relaxed, you know. And today, when I take over, I mean, he wasn't hearing everything, so he was going, please, my daughter was giving him.
Get my pen. It looks like I feel perfect, so you better get ready. Well, I didn't get music.
Well, she wants everybody to hear. It happens, I think. Just 1 o'clock now.
Well, actually, yes, because you really want to put it in there.
All right, is everybody here, or should we start, or what do y'all think?
I don't know who's missing. I can't remember.
Let's see who's missing, I have the little.
You got my name tags. Or the. Oh, that's a right up the.
Yes, so. Virginia, Dominique, and Stephanie are missing. Joette just came, Mary Ann.
Tim went past it.
She already came.
That means I can.
Okay.
Here. Take my hair. Oh, they all got it.
Virginia, Dominique, and Stephanie, so that's 3. That's right, 1, 2, 3.
Somebody else is missing them.
We are passing around cards, y'all, and y'all can sign, and then we'll get them mailed. Is there an extra?
Yeah, we got Linda, Lucy, and not Gracie, and Pauline, Jackie.
Jackie.
Okay.
Linda, Lucy, Jackie. Is there anybody else we
You
need to
mentioned
send?
Pauline, but I don't know.
You mentioned Pauline earlier.
did
Hey,
we
do we
need-
want to send something to Rita for not showing up?
I sent her a nice,
something
I sent her a nice note. If she was the one that was sick, we would, I sent her a nice note. I felt- Do we want to start or should we wait for the others?
Let's start.
Let's start.
She got people here.
We have our book people here. Let me see if anyone else is coming down the hall.
Wave the flag, wave the flag.
Okay, so we're on this page right here. You turn.
I didn't do anything.
Where are y'all driving to?
Second page.
Yeah, you're the.
I love it, Donna.
Dominic's, we could probably start. They can trickle in. We're just missing 2.
It's just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark.
Let me just see if anyone else is coming over.
We should wave the flag.
Yeah, and people. No, we do. I'll just shut the door because there's a room next door. You know, there's noise. There's water over there. Y'all? What do you say if you don't say y'all? You need a word. Oh, you don't, okay.
It's one word, y'all.
Yeah, I'm making 2, sorry. Don't.
You say yours?
Yeah, oh, yeah, I know.
School.
No, I have no idea where my phone is. Let me just look in case someone is trying to call us. Let me just get my phone and then we'll turn them off, but let me just see. Get my phone out.
Oh, in Dallas today, it may go up to 112 degrees.
No.
Temperature.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
my
must have learned.
Oh, my God.
112 degrees?
Well, it says maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong. Heat index.
Uh,
Is 112 degrees. Okay, then temperature over 105.
it just feels like.
Find mine.
Yeah, it's only 103. It's
Well, I wanna know.
gonna be 106.
Gotta stay up.
Yeah.
Call the meeting to order at 1:02.
Oh,
1:02. So let's say our pledge. Thank y'all for being here. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now we have our inspirational word
Oh, you can all sit.
by Jeannie. Jeannie's gonna give us our inspiration for our
I
meeting.
have 3 of my favorites. They're short. And 2 are unknown, and 1 is Maya Angelou. The first one I gave when I was producing Alice for the Volunteer of the Year Award. I learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's very nice.
I learned that family and friends are what make us who we are today. And without them, we will never be complete. The third one, I learned that if you pursue happiness, it will elude you. But if you focus on your family, the needs of others, your work, meeting new people, and doing the very best you can, happiness will find you.
Very nice.
Very nice.
My favorites.
So very good. We got some great inspirational words from Mary Ann, from Jeannie, from Stephanie, and then we're gonna have one more at the next meeting. She's coming. Yes. Yes, she's coming. From Jan. My mind went blank, 'cause I didn't have the agenda in front of me. So it's been great. I'm so glad that we do that. Okay. Let's look at the minutes. We need to approve the annual meeting minutes from August of 2022. Wow, that was a year ago. Yeah. We're just now, Stephanie, approving the annual minutes from last August. Can y'all believe it? I know we were on Zoom last August, if y'all remember. And I was at a friend's ranch in Carville, Texas, doing the meeting. I don't know if y'all I remember. And we had so if everybody was to take a quick look, they have been sent out. Anna's so good about sending them out. But let's go ahead and get those approved whenever y'all.
And so moved.
Okay.
Gene Skelton.
Gene, okay.
Second. Say Alice a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes have been approved. Now, Sharon, yesterday, did such a wonderful presentation of all finances in the budget. So now we need to approve that budget. I'm sorry, I'm just finishing up my lunch. I'm sorry. We need to approve that budget today. So you all should have a copy from yesterday. I'll let Sharon have the floor.
I know of the 2,500 and the 500.
That's right. Can you mention that again so everybody can hear?
Okay, so I have the proposed budget that I passed out. We did make a change because we decided to give $2,500 to the NHSMTC and 500 for incidental, so it increases the expenses for next year, $3,000. Need someone to make any motion? Do we have a motion
Move to approve.
to approve the budget as Sharon has, and we would have amended from
Move to
yesterday?
approve, Barbara.
I said,
Barbara,
50 seconds.
and then Kitty second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, budget carries, motion carries. Thank you so much, Sharon. I know that's not an easy job. Thank you for doing that year after year after year.
Year after year.
I gave them my report yesterday. So I don't know if I have to give it again. It's in your folder. But I will say that, I really enjoyed this year. Is this when I say this or do I wait? Oh, wait, I'll say it later. So in your folder, I have my little president's report. Hey, Brianna, sorry. You'll have my president's report, so I'm not gonna reiterate it. So I had a wonderful time serving as your president. I had a lot of help from everyone, which was wonderful. And I really did enjoy the year. So thank y'all so much. Janet, do you have a report? Give her. No, I don't. Oh, when they come back, they said they're gonna come back. They went to the restroom.
Got lost.
When they come back, y'all, our good people are here. When they come back, we will suspend the meeting and honor them and give them the books. But what do you find my little speech? Okay, so.
I don't have any report. I can't hold it at the same time.
Okay, Janet. Okay. Janet's, like president-elect, we really don't ever have much report. So, you'll have plenty of reports next year, Janet, so you can just, yeah. All right. Do we have, Kitty, do you have any other reports?
On what? I'm sorry.
First vice president report?
No.
Okay. Nothing, and Evelyn is Evelyn on?
No, she didn't, she's not on.
And do you have any additional reports?
No, but just that, I know that future is in good hands with you.
Yes, yes.
Been there, done that.
That's right.
And I have enjoyed doing it.
Yeah. Well, you've done a great job.
You've done a great job.
Great job.
Yeah.
Sharon, like, did you have any additional report? No. And Noelle is in New York. So nominating committee. Cheryl, like this is when we,
Actually,
is this when we do the actual vote? Or is it the next meeting?
No, it has to be voted before the next meeting.
That's right, this is it, that's right, because then we have to, all right. Cheryl, if you want to announce the office of the slate, and then we'll have our vote.
Okay,
Thank you, Cheryl, for doing nominating.
you're welcome. The new president is Janet Bollinger. President-elect Dominique Varner. First vice president Jody Manning. Second vice president Evelyn Albright. Secretary Jean Skilton. Treasurer Sharon Chevalier. And immediate past president Jennifer Benish. Directors for 2022 to 2024.
That's not part of the,
That they've already been done.
They're not voted.
it's the next.
Directors for 2023.
Yeah.
Guy Harrison, Lucy Harrison, Joette Weaver, Noel Roberts, and Jean Skilton. The two people I'm nominating for next year,
Yeah,
it says that, they're elected, so I should
yeah.
say their
you
names. Next year's elected nominating committee members are Natalie Aaron and Noel Roberts. No,
Read from this one.
sorry, I was looking at Susie O'Reilly and
It's,
here, okay, just give me this for me.
It's very confusing, it's very.
Yes. Okay, nominating committee elected members for next year are Kitty O'Reilly and Barbara Smallwood.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. So, all in favor of this proposed slate of officers for 2023-24, as presented by the nominating committee, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry.
You can't do that.
I can't do that. I'm sorry. I need someone to,
No, it came from committee.
oh, that's right.
Remember, we had this.
Oh, we have this discussion.
you just, you can't.
So are we doing this right? I want to make sure.
Yes.
So I gotta make sure that I'm gonna be past president. I don't want to serve another year on a technicality. Okay, so am I doing this correctly?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So we have our new slate of officers. Great job. All right, so now we're gonna look at the bylaws. We talked about that yesterday, because everybody should have a copy of the bylaws in their booklet. Their little folder that I gave y'all. Yeah, and it's also written on, I also wrote it on the agenda just so that it'd be easier.
Right.
That's also.
Yeah, so the changes, and since Judy was unable to be here, we're looking at a change in Article 6, Section 1. I want to open it just so I can make sure. Article 6, Section 1, under officers general, the officer shall, as it used to read, the officer shall consist of a president, president-elect, first vice president, second vice president, secretary, treasurer, and treasurer. A parliamentarian may be appointed by the president, but we are changing it to read, the officer shall consist of a president, president-elect, first vice president, second vice president, secretary, treasurer, and immediate past president as advisory only. So that is what we're adding to the list of officers.
Oh, is it parliamentarian? That's gonna be a.
And yes, and then a parliamentarian, that still stays. I'm sorry, that stays the same. A parliamentarian may be appointed by the president.
Can I have one quick question?
Yes.
What is wrong with Jackie Wilson? It's going around with it.
Oh, tell them what happened to Jackie.
Okay, Jackie, about a month or so ago, no, maybe it wasn't that long ago, went to her cousin's services memorial in, Wisconsin. On the way, she and John drove, so on the way, they stopped and picked up Jackie's brother and sister-in-law at an airport to, go on to Wisconsin with them. She picked up their suitcase
Oh, yeah.
and cracked her back. So, yesterday at 4:30, she finally got to see the back surgeon or somebody besides her primary care doctor. And she has a brace on now, and I have pictures of it. I'll be glad to share with you. And she has to get off of her blood thinners before she can have her back cemented. We're gonna
Oh, they're
cement
gonna
it,
use it.
but at least, I don't, yeah, they're gonna use it, not major surgery,
Yeah.
but still, so.
But still,
But she's been in a whole lot of pain, so that's why we're sending her to get well card. Yeah,
Now, has everyone, go ahead, Diane.
does the new wording with the immediate past, present, and advisory, that means no vote?
correct.
Right. That's the only.
So the next one is.
Okay, so we need to vote on them separately?
Yes, we vote on the second.
On each change,
Well,
correct?
You got more than one, what's your other change?
The second one is Article 8.
Oh, yeah,
section.
it's two articles,
It's two.
separate votes, yeah.
Yeah, separate votes.
Okay.
All right, so. I need a motion,
So.
a second,
Second,
any discussion?
Who was the second?
Is there any discussion on this change, or any more questions?
Motion, please, Jean moved and Barbara seconded.
Okay, if there's no,
Second one, sorry, say that again.
Jean moved and Barbara seconded.
if there's no discussion, all in favor, say aye.
aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. We have changed Article 6, Section 1. All right, now let's look at Article 8, Section 1 of the bylaws. It's a nominating committee. Originally, it said the nominating committee shall consist of 5 members, 2 elected by the membership at an annual meeting, which we just did. 3 appointed by the president and confirmed by the board of directors no later than the conclusion of the first meeting of the board of directors after the beginning of the first fiscal year. And we have changed it to say the nominating committee shall consist of 5 members, so it still will be 5. 2 elected by the membership at its annual meeting, which we did. 2 appointed by the president, and then 1 is the immediate past president, confirmed by the board of directors not later than the conclusion of the first meeting of the board of directors after the beginning of fiscal year. So basically, what we're saying is the immediate past is going to be part of the nominating committee. Does that make sense?
That's super clear there.
It was very confusing over the years. I served on that committee many times, and every year it seemed to come up. Okay, now we want the immediate past president on there. So does that mean that the president only gets to appoint 1? And so they decided to make it permanent. So that it's to make it less confusing.
Are you voting on the second sentence, to be changed?
Yes, so we're voting on that. It's gonna say 2 elected and 2 appointed, because now you have the last one as the immediate past to make a total of 5. Does that make sense?
And then the appointed one is the 5, so maybe a comma after the word president.
2 appointed by the president, and I was thinking maybe we could even in parentheses put the number 1, the immediate, I don't know. Is it confusing to people? Or does it make sense? We talked about this wording for a while. I think they did, the committee.
Well, you have it separated with the 2 elected, comma, 2 appointed, and then there should be a comma,
Oh,
and
after,
then in the immediate past president.
oh,
You
after,
want to put a comment there?
so put a comma after president?
Yeah,
Okay,
in my opinion.
Or you could put that head of 2 elected, 5 members, immediate past president, comma, 2 elected, and president, 2 appointed by the president.
okay, say that again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Put, so we say So it consists of 5 members, the immediate past president, 2 elected members and 2 appointed by the president. I think putting the immediate past president first.
I'll put that first, and that way it won't be so confusing.
Yeah, it's a little confusing this way, I think.
Yeah. Is that okay if we do that? Do we have to, so we can change it and vote on it?
Do we have to change it then republish it for 30 days?
I'm wondering, yeah, because
Yeah.
you're amending your amendment.
Oh, we
Actually,
are.
it's not, but you just say, just for convenience sake, it's just a reordering of the sentence, no new words were added.
That's true, yeah.
So maybe you just leave it by without a 30-day notification of a new bylaw.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that by agreement by some.
Yeah, we've not changed the composition.
We're not changing it at all. We're just putting that, we're just listing it different. It's just a different order.
Change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
What did she say?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what, so what, how,
So we need to rewrite it.
Okay, so what you want to say is, you're changing it to quote. The nominating committee shall consist of 5 members, the immediate past president, 2 selected by the membership at its annual meeting, and 2 appointed by the president.
Period, yeah, that's
Okay.
clear.
Okay.
Okay,
and what about the second part? The current officers should not be members of the nominating committee other than the immediate past president. I guess you have to put that in there. Because you added it now. As an amendment. It's on my copy.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
oh, was that added?
Well,
Yes.
yes.
So it says the current officers should not be members of the nominating committee other than the immediate past. Of the 5 members, one of the 5 members shall be named chair by the president.
That's.
Yeah.
Is that an added?
No, but, well, I don't know, if this is in italics, in different types, so I'm assuming that's an added.
Well, I don't think you need it, you don't need that, right? Because you're saying the current officer shall not be members of the nominating committee, the past president's not a current officer, so it's kind of redundant. You need that?
Well,
she's the current officer right now because she hasn't
but she's
been
not,
sworn in,
but she's
but
not,
they were voted on and she was voted.
but she's not,
Right.
she's
So I
not a
guess I'm
voting
technically,
officer.
I'm not a current, I'm not an officer.
You're
I
not a
don't know why
voting,
that's there. Did you see that?
well, you're not a voting officer, so as far as current officer, you're not a voting,
Right, that's true.
so
So why is that there?
I don't know.
maybe to make it clear, the current officer should not be a current officer and on the nominating committee.
Well, maybe that's it. It looks like it's been added. I don't
I
know.
know.
But if you read the whole thing. This is what was passed out with the.
Yeah, I just noticed that, Kitty. I didn't notice that before.
It's
And that was on a,
not
like
this-
a previous,
It's not on here.
I know.
Okay, that's why they're reading it. So was that added then, right? It looks like
Yeah,
it's an
they-
addition.
Let me look at the original in the book. Under
So what we
Article
should be
8.
working on is what we put in the book and not what's written here, right?
Yes.
Because that was the whole point of changing it.
Right.
Because actually, the immediate past president should not have been, or any member of
This
the
is what I'm talking about. She did not
executive
do that.
committee should
Because
not
it's
be
not on
on the,
this.
on the
Right.
nominating committee.
So for clarification, do we need to go ahead and include, or is that redundant like we were just talking about, other than the immediate past president? It says the current officers should not be members of the nominating
Right.
committee.
Right.
But like Virginia was saying, the immediate past wouldn't be a current officer, so do we have to include that wording?
You know, I don't know how that wording got there.
I don't either. I guess somebody had added it and I didn't even notice it was there when I was making,
Yeah, yeah. I don't
because
know.
it's not in here, but of course, this is before we changed it.
Right, right. This is the change they're proposing.
Correct.
Yeah,
we don't
but this
see
is
that
why
change.
we're changing it.
Correct, yeah, so what do y'all think? I'm open to, I mean, do we need to just kind of redo this? Oh, you ready? Let's suspend and we'll talk about the meeting in a minute, okay, come on in. We're gonna suspend the meeting. Hello, everyone. Hi. All right, everyone, I want to introduce to y'all Michael Taylor and Brianna, what's your last name?
Schlesinger.
Yes, Schlesinger. And this is from Colorado Youth for a Change. And this is the group that we chose to receive our books. And we are so grateful. And Michael has been wonderful about communicating with me. I know in the past we've had some that they'll say, oh, to do it, and then I can't get a hold of them for months, and then we wonder what's gonna go on. But anyway, I'm gonna say a couple things about Michael, and then I don't have a bio on you, I'm so sorry, but you could tell us, y'all, what y'all both to tell, sure. So Michael is the office administrator for Colorado Youth for Change, and I'll let him say a bit about it. He's originally from Suffolk County, New York, and he moved to Colorado a little over 4 years ago. And he's been with Colorado Youth for Change for 2.5 years, and he's very passionate about history, politics, activism, and Japanese culture. So, and then we'll let Brianna say a few words about him, and then if y'all each want to kind of tell us what your role is and what you do briefly, what you do, and with Colorado Youth for Change. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks so much. So I'm Brianna Schlesinger. I'm the program manager for Colorado Reading Corps, which is part of our organization. And I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona, but lived all over, actually lived in Japan, but we've talked about that before. And I'm just extremely passionate about literacy and so appreciative to be here today too. My background is in education and literacy research, and I moved to Colorado shortly after my role and was really happy to find Colorado Youth for a Change. And we can share a little bit more about our organization and our specific program.
Yeah, so good morning, everybody. Michael Taylor. So Colorado Youth for a Change is a nonprofit based out of Denver, though we do service all of Colorado. And our mission is to really remove the barriers that are inhibiting students from graduating. So we give support services to kids from K all the way up through 12 in high school. And we have different programs. We have ones focused on early learning, ones for reading skills, math skills, attendance and support type skills, and then also a re-engagement program, which targets students that have dropped out of the school system, try and get them interested in going back to school so that they can graduate. And Brianna, like she said, is the leader of the Reading Corps team, which focuses on reading skills for students, and that's where this book's going to be going. So Brianna, you want to talk a little bit more about Reading Corps in particular?
Yeah, so and Reading Corps is one of our 4 AmeriCorps programs. We partner with schools and districts all across the state of Colorado to provide one-on-one support with trained literacy tutors who are full-time AmeriCorps members. So we train them and send them out into schools across the state to provide really needed one-on-one support for students who are not meeting targets in grade level. And that feeds into our mission of getting students to graduate, because we know it's such a pivotal time for students when they hit 3rd grade. It's when things really change from learning how to read to needing to know how to read in order to continue learning and succeed in school. And so our team is actually going to be meeting next week and preparing to train almost 100 new literacy tutors.
Wow.
Starting across the state.
Yeah.
And it's great because we have coaches who support our tutors who are also based all over the state, but they're coming in person right after we'll have these books here. And so these books will be distributed to different schools around the state too, to support some more tutors, just like teachers. Can't stop them from spending their own money and trying to buy things to support students. So it'll be really nice to provide some of these books so that they're not going out and buying them on their own. So we really appreciate that.
And just to share a couple numbers with you guys, we have 45 full-time staff right now. We employed last year, I think, 270 AmeriCorps members. We're looking to get up to 400 this year.
Wow.
And something I can share with you is just in the 3 years I've been with the organization, we basically doubled in size every single year. And a lot of that has to do with COVID. A lot of kids having, to homeschooling. A lot of kids fell behind, often by several years, and they need to play catch up. So the need for our services has gone up just exponentially over the last few years. So, any support we have and donations like this really goes far to help us, achieve our missions. We really want to thank you for your help.
Can we ask a couple questions?
Absolutely.
So how are y'all funded?
So as an AmeriCorps program, we receive federal funding and state funding through our state AmeriCorps position, our commission, and then we have a really robust development team also.
Oh.
That doesn't necessarily cover
Right.
the entire cost, and we like to keep the cost to schools and districts as low as possible. And so we try and raise funds to fill those gaps after the federal funding. But we do have schools, typically they'll pay around $10,000 to have a full-time person for the entire school year. And but we don't want that to be a barrier too, so we have a number of schools that pay.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we've been very lucky, you know, to have a lot of great corporate sponsors that have helped us, and we also have a very good relationship with the governor's office here.
Good.
So it's been great about, you know, getting our name out there and also getting us some donations on our behalf.
Oh, that's great. Anybody else have?
Now, other than your reading programs, what other programming do you have?
Absolutely. So the other three AmeriCorps programs, I also actually manage our early learning core program, which works with pre-K. And we place tutors inside pre-K classrooms full-time for the high school year to support early literacy, early math, and social emotional skills. We have a math core program that works with small groups of students, grades 4 through 8, to really get them ready for their pre-algebra skills, because we find that that's another essential skill to be on track for graduation. Our Core for a Change program is our homegrown program that CYC, our Colorado Youth for Change, created. And that's to support attendance and engagement for high school students who may be at risk of leaving school. And then our final program that's not through AmeriCorps, it's a program that's supported by the state, is our re-engagement program. That's students who have left school and working with them one-on-one to find something that's going to work to get them back in, or find a GED program or something individualized that'll work for them to get them to finish school.
That's great. Oh, Alice, did you?
Isn't the AmeriCorps part of American Peace Corps?
So we like to explain it as AmeriCorps is almost like the domestic version of the Peace Corps, because typically people seem to be more familiar with Peace Corps volunteers. And so AmeriCorps places folks in communities here in the United States to, they receive, you know, a modest living stipend for the work that they're doing. And it's identifying and supporting the community need, whether that's early learning, literacy, math, attendance support, the education supports that we provide.
And I know that AmeriCorps is a very highly trained program and very committed. And you can get a stipend and set aside for additional education for those that have not completed their college or more.
Yes, that's a huge draw for our AmeriCorps members. Students. They receive an education, it's like a scholarship education award at the end of their service once they've successfully completed it. And also student, I mean, hasn't really been applicable the last few years, but I think it will be applicable again soon. Student loans are deferment while they're serving too.
Can you say how many people in the children were involved in this program overall?
Sure. So we'll have, we have multiple cohorts of tutors who start throughout the year. And in our Reading Corps program, one tutor will typically support 20 to 25 students throughout the year. A lot of times they're providing that support throughout the whole school year. And so last year, and we hope to surpass this number, but for our reading program alone, we served around just over 2,000 students in K through 3. And so that's just for one of our programs. In front of me, but that's just for one of our 4 programs. So we support thousands of students across the state each year.
I think last year we hit almost 6,800 students. That'll likely go up this year.
And y'all are based in Denver, but y'all are although y'all work on, basically your office kind of controls all of Colorado. So y'all are like the core.
Absolutely. And we keep expanding every year, like I said, over the last few years. So if we're not, we're gonna be a.
Oh, that's great. Anybody else have any questions?
Well, I just had this from my invitation yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be able to give each one of them.
Okay.
One reason why we think reading is so important.
Thank you. Oh, yes. These are school specific. He's got a constant communication.
Constitutions are special. These are different than other pocket constitutions that are free. And we distribute them from our organization all over the country to 5th graders. And we say a pocket, a constitution in every 5th grader's pocket. My own county in Michigan last year distributed 6,000 every 5th grader in the county. With the help of funding from ALA and local funding and from service clubs. We get our funding for it. And we put on the back who funded these particular constitutions. These are different than other pocket constitutions that you can get for free because they do have a topic index in the back, which most constitutions do not. And in the center, there are 24 flashcards. Which refer to someplace in the Constitution to answer the question, which fits them into the Constitution. So, here, for more.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna quiz you on those.
I know.
Yeah, yes, next time we see, is it, can we get a picture? Oh,
That's nice.
Yeah, and then we'll help you. And maybe the officers, who wants to be in the picture? I want it to be just.
We had the officers.
And Craig's all separate, kids are all along the bridge. Oh, they don't have like. And everything else. Yeah, we're done today. This is our last week. So today we're going to select the officers. Go around there. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that should come in. But I've got, you know,
And
correct
then
down.
you said it's me, 'cause then I'm some-
Thank you. I was just gonna say.
Yeah, they are. No, maybe.
Oh, you're doing good. I didn't lose. I don't care.
How are y'all doing that? Can you just add me?
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, they're,
That's a great program. Lucy started that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'll take it.
I think it's all, I think it's going all the way down there.
I've done Jackie.
And Lucy.
Right on.
Probably not. Oh, yeah, it's hard, yeah.
Yeah, not by the time it's great. Gonna have the baby tomorrow.
What?
She's gonna have the baby tomorrow.
By section.
She said she's gonna have the baby time.
By theory, probably, she's doing tomorrow, so, I mean, I guess we're just here. She looks like she's about ready to go.
I think he's looking for a late check.
Babies.
Yeah.
Babies due tomorrow.
Oh, man.
The first, oh my goodness. The first one is.
Yeah.
Grab the bylaws.
Thank you so much for all you do. Okay, y'all take care. Thank you.
Just the parentheses around that, it'll make it clear. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna do this tomorrow. Let's not make her do that today, sit down.
Right.
All right, y'all, okay, I'm calling the meeting back to order. Okay, so y'all, my question is, this is my question. Should we just amend it as we have written? And then if we decide we need to amend it again, we'll just go through or what do y'all think? I'm sorry, this is my fault because I should have noticed that. Okay, go ahead, Stephanie.
Well, I was just got a book and sort of went back and forth, and I see why you did what you did and why it's right. Okay, good, then that's what I think. Because the earlier revision that we're gonna make puts the immediate past president as an officer, non-voting. It is listed as one of the officers.
Right.
So this, other than the immediate past president in red that we were questioning, should not, if you pass that first part, it probably shouldn't be there for clarification, because that person is an officer. So if you went by, the current officers shall not be members of the nominating committee, and then you have that, and you put immediate past president as an officer, then it's question you.
You're right.
What are we trying to do?
Then it's a little bit,
So leave it like it is, and then you don't have to worry about it.
yeah,
I mean, make the amendment that's been like
Like this, I think it would take that into consideration, as the first part, you have this, and there's anything.
Okay.
Question, but we won't, that is going another time, okay.
so what you're
If
saying,
your past president is an officer, then I think there's, you know.
Yeah.
There's a place where you probably clarify that it's non-voting, and that part of.
Right.
It's also. It's
right,
added as a key part of officer, because it should be listed as an officer, even if you don't have to. But that doesn't have to be now.
so y'all are saying that it's good like we're changing it because we really don't need to add another thing saying other than immediate past. That does not even need to be in there, and I'm not even sure why that's in there. I think we were gonna add it.
No, it does need to be in there because you're making the immediate past president as an officer.
Oh, I see.
And so if you say that no officers can be on the nominating committee period, then, and you're putting the immediate past president on there, who has now become an officer and a member of the executive committee, that makes it questionable. Where if you say, other than the immediate past president, who's just been put on as an officer, you're fine. There's no
Discrepancy.
Could you just put in parentheses, other than the immediate past president,
You can put it,
and that might be a little clearer?
but you maybe have to be, it's just.
Then you'd have to revise and then.
We have to resign, because it's not.
Not dramatic.
Yes,
No.
yes, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, got it. So whoever did it was thinking ahead. They did it right. Yeah,
Well, Judy Weldy looked at it. She is the queen of.
Yeah, Judy did look at it, but then Judy and I, we tried to communicate, but we didn't communicate as much as we should have, unfortunately, and I'm sorry about that. We tried. So
I would say,
So what we're going, go ahead, Ann.
yeah, I would say just leave it as it is. You didn't add this last bit into here, which should have been.
That's right, but oh, actually, when I sent them out, that was in there.
Okay,
Cause you're right, Stephanie, we have this in here when it was all sent out, so it was sent out correctly.
Yeah.
When I typed this, I just left it out.
okay,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
so we're voting on it.
We're, oh, I'm sorry, we're
We're
voting on
voting
number 8 as it is in this, that's in your packet. That's what I forgot, when I sent it out, it should be this way. I just forgot, I left it off when I was putting it in there. Okay, go ahead, Joanne.
So Allison made the suggestion that you reread it.
Okay, okay. Okay, so. In the packet that we sent out 30 days prior, we did it as Stephanie was saying correctly, correct? So. I'm laughing at myself because I don't even know when I'm doing something right anymore. Or wrong, right or wrong. Oh, gosh. So it's gonna read, the nominating committee shall consist of 5 members. Colon. The immediate past president. Okay. 2, 2 elected by the membership at its annual meeting. And 2 appointed by the president and confirmed by the board of directors. Not later than the conclusion of the first meeting of the board of directors after the beginning of the fiscal year. The current officers shall not be members of the nominating committee other than the immediate past president. One of the 5 members shall be named chair by the president. So my error was, we did send these out when we were sending out for the changes for everyone to view 30 days prior. But when I typed this, I left that out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so we did it right originally and I didn't even realize that. So,
And we're just making a grammatical change.
correct. We're just the order for clarification. Since we had an attorney tell us that was fine. We're gonna change that. So you can just actually just have it.
Yeah, I've changed it here on mine.
Okay.
So I know, yeah, I don't think.
I don't want to have to go through this again, not just sending everything out. All right, so do I have a motion to change Article 8, Section 1 nominating committee of the bylaws under nomination and elections as we just read?
I saw.
Yeah. Cheryl and then Sharon,
Sharon.
Cheryl and Sharon. Okay, is there any more discussion?
Nope,
All in favor?
aye.
Opposed? Great. Oh, okay, so both, it's carried. So my next question is, when we republish the booklet, Barbara, will that correction be in here? Yes. So,
But I'm gonna run it past Ann before I print it, just to make sure it's correct.
I have it here. And
okay,
I will be
thank,
working on this the week after next. I'm not getting home.
I'm not rushing either, so.
But I also have it on tape.
oh, right, it's all, we're all on.
Yeah, it's on here too.
Yeah, we're on video. Okay, y'all, thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I feel a little scattered. I think I
It's
didn't
been
get
a
much
long
sleep.
day, long week.
I'm sorry. I couldn't
Didn't
sleep
get
last night.
I know she didn't.
So next, shall we go ahead and have the installation or would you like to do announcements first? Let's do the installation. How about that? Are we ready for that? The installation?
Isn't there something else?
We just approved the bylaws. So next on the agenda,
Installation at 2 p.m.
we're a little early, 10 till. Would you like to do that or would you like to take a quick?
I bring the announcements now.
And then, do you want to do the announcements now and then do the installation?
I would think that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Sure, we could do the announcement. How about we do the announcements? If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna change the
And then
order.
you'd have to adjourn your meeting.
Right, and then we have to install and then I
Oh,
adjourn.
I'm sorry. stop.
Yeah, so let's do the announcements and then if y'all want to take a quick break if you need to, and then we'll do the installation and then we will adjourn. Then we will have our next meeting that Janet will lead. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so announcements. Kitty, is there anything else you want to say about the 2024 mock trial championships in Wilmington, Delaware?
No, I'd just like to encourage everybody to come and we'll have a really good time. It's
Right.
on Eastern Shore, way Eastern Shore.
If you never want to ask, what, the schools that won,
What kind of schools were they? Were they public?
Both private, public, large, small, and I don't
The
know.
Iowa one, was that the one that won?
Iowa one, I believe was a public school. I don't have it with me
You know,
right now.
Right, and I was gonna say too, which I guess I see why they did it, but we were not given any school names. Everything was coded. We had no idea where they were from
We had no
until the very end
We
when
didn't know the
Kitty,
state, the city,
knew
the name of
nothing.
the school or anything until the end.
right,
So when we were exporting people, the judges didn't know.
the judges didn't know, I guess in case somebody was from that town, they didn't want to show
Right.
partiality.
Yeah.
So we had no idea
Yeah,
where
they
these
thought
teams
that.
were from, how big their schools, we couldn't ask any questions. And so at
That's
the
where they
very-
were from.
couldn't ask
Okay,
anything.
here is the school. Ankeny High School in Iowa, Ankeny.
Yes, they won.
That was the one, that was the winning
was the
school.
winner.
I know nothing about that school, but we could Google it and find out. Well, I could Google it and find out. Ankeny, Ankeny.
For sure.
But we did know, I did notice that some of the schools were private, some were public that had won their state
That were
competition. It was a
participants, yeah.
mixture. It was a
Yes.
mixture.
And Sue Ellen Perry today, she is not trial person, I think they do, I was talking to her, and she said they tried every year to win, and there's always this one Texas school, I don't know the name, she told me that, I remember, who always beat them. And this year they almost had it, so, oh, I know, it's a school of performing parts, and they are very good actors and actresses.
Yeah.
So when they put on a long trial, they put on a long trial.
It's a public school.
Yes. I
It
thought
serves,
was-
it serves grades 10 through 12.
Well, now we sat with that family that won, and when they were announced, the grandparents were there, and when they sat down with us, the lady said, "Can we sit with you?" And it was just my husband and I at this reserved table, I said, "Well, yeah, sure, come to us," because they came in late, and sort of late. And she said, the little grandmother said to me, "You know, my granddaughter's a murderer."
So y'all, we'll have stuff on you'll be getting information from Noel
Yes.
talking about it. So
I-
just
I
mark your
will- I will
calendars
get
and from
information.
Kitty will give us
And
information.
Noel will put it
Yeah, Kitty will give information so that we'll know when to sign up and we'll have the hotel and everything.
In the hotel, they put us in a hotel at a reduced rate.
Yes, we had a really good rate.
That's what we do. So, we have free time.
Do you have the dates yet?
May 2 to 5,
Okay.
2024. I think that
Yeah, I have it written
I
down.
have it.
I have it on my calendar. Here, look.
Yeah, I think it's 2 to 5. But really, it is not that long.
It's earlier than this.
Yes, it's earlier than it was last year.
Yeah, it's usually Mother's Day weekend. I think they changed.
May 2nd through 5th. May 2nd through 5th.
Is that Thursday, Friday, whatever?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, that's what it
What
is.
month is that?
May.
May.
May. Beautiful time in Easter here.
And I put on here ALA mid-year, but we have a committee that's gonna discuss the meetings and where we're gonna meet, so we don't really need to, now that we have that committee that is going to
Oh, yes,
discuss.
we've got a committee doing that, Jennifer.
Yes, so the committee can report back. And we can figure out where we're going for the meetings. Now, tonight, I don't know who's gonna be left or if anyone wants to go to dinner. We didn't make any reservations because Noel and I and Joette weren't sure who was gonna be here for sure, or if someone was gonna end up doing something else, or people gonna be tired. However, if y'all want to get together for dinner tonight, if anyone is available, we just wanted to bring that up now, and then y'all could
I
decide.
should take a hand count.
Yeah, is anyone available for dinner tonight? I thought I was, but I'm not now, because my husband said I have to do something with
With them.
the bar.
I'm a maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So do you all want to, Joette, does anyone have, are y'all gonna go to dinner tonight too? You can?
I was gonna recommend we go to Lagiano's.
Oh,
It's 2 blocks from here.
Is it actually open? Because it looked like it was shut down.
I think the entrance was from 16. Let me check. Okay.
That looked good. I noticed it walking down there today, but on the street, it looked like it, okay, great.
Sorry, Barbara, there's also a great seafood restaurant, it's a little far, down by Union Station a little bit. But it's.
So you're gonna do that
on
first?
Jack's.
Mhm.
You like to stay with us.
With the ADA in town, it's gonna be fixed.
Well, that's why we're not there really information.
What was the number? We haven't called.
Where they're all in. And as Jean said, the ABA is in town, so we don't know what.
Jennifer, what was the count?
Oh, y'all, can you put your hands up again?
Your husband.
How many are gonna go?
Put up two hands if you have a spouse or.
One,
yes.
2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Just one?
Just one person.
10,
Put the number. of
11, 12, 13,
No, we put
14.
two hands
1,
up
2,
if you got
3,
two people.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Two.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14.
Oh.
So maybe somebody should call while we take a break.
Yeah, why did you lobby is the goal?
Yes. Does someone want to call, maybe?
I'll call.
Okay.
Yeah, they're so odd around here, you gotta, you have to go. to somebody.
Well, we can get two tables
257.
or 7.
Two open table deals.
At the dinner the other night, we had 3 tables, so.
It's more tables.
Okay. Are there any other announcements or any other business? Go ahead, Mary Ann.
One other announcement, in talking to Virginia, and because my daughter was here, it reminded me of a project that I did in the state of Michigan years ago.
Mhm.
That I am going to put it up on our web. And we, at that time, the state of Michigan, we created an essay contest of should questions, that each question pertained to a particular Supreme Court case. And teachers could use that individually as a class project, or they could use it as an essay contest that we did. And we did this, oh, I don't know how many years. Do you remember, Jean? 5 at least years, the Lord. I have it all on my computer, all of those shit questions, and there were 8 shit questions every year that my daughter created. And we created this.
Should,
An accent.
what should, what kind of? Example of should, like what they would do.
The way it was decided would help you make your decision on how you would decide.
Okay, okay,
That's what should.
that we should, yeah.
I thought we would do. Did they just put on the website?
So is this something that your committee, that we could go ahead and do? That your committee?
All I have to do is pull it out of my computer.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, okay, that's great.
Unless there are any other suggestions how it could be used. We no longer do the essay contest because the state bar took it away from us. Because we essentially attacking, the gifted students, or those were the ones that were responding to it. The ones that teachers were gifted students, and there was a tendency within the state bar that really, was complaining because of the same teachers that were winning and entering all of the time. They took it over and with their own contests, and their contests failed completely, and now they have no contests.
What time do y'all want to do dinner?
They're lawyers.
Say it again?
What time do you wanna go?
What time do y'all want to do dinner?
If she said at 7:30 will work,
Okay,
that would be okay.
that's fine.
7:30.
For all 14?
You can get us all in then.
Is that much?
Okay, and your address?
Perfect.
Giano.
Yeah, it's just,
516. 516, okay. Thank you, well, let me give you our name. Sure, it's 409 200 09. Let me get a number, who's going to be there? I'll be there. Let me give you a number here, just a second, sorry. Well, your number. 202. Yes, 202 415 9343. And the name is Janet. Okay, 14.
it's on that street that the Denver Athletic Club is on.
What?
If you walk to the Denver Athletic Club,
By putting
it's
that
across the street, it's on Glen Arm. Did you see it? Okay.
our, searching web, for essay contests. And that word essay contest, that's going to pop up and that's going to put other people looking at other things on our website.
Perfect. Right, so then we'll get some exposure as well. That's wonderful.
Okay, so we've got,
The essay contest myself, I
Yeah.
could not find it.
we have a party of 13 at Maggiano's Friday, August 4th.
She said she did send it to the court. And
What?
I already sent it to you.
Yeah.
Thanks to the 14.
So what am I going to be?
How's it spelled?
And meet in the lobby at 7. And lobby at 7.
I'll ask before I adjourn.
7 in the lobby. 7.
I only signed one.
Be in the lobby today.
I'm feeling.
Yeah, but we got 14 people to get together all at one time.
Meeting at 7 or 7:15?
7.
Okay, I wish I could join y'all, but I have to do something with Steve's bar, Texas bar stuff. That spouses are supposed to be, and since I missed last night, the one I was supposed to be at with him. I was like, I'm going to our last thing now. All right. So are there any other announcements, or do we have everything straight? Y'all again, we'll miss y'all at dinner. Have a wonderful time tonight, and at Maggiano's then. Okay, so if there are no other announcements, let's go ahead and do our installation of officers.
I think we should thank you, Jean.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Y'all are the ones that have helped get me through this year.
You have been just fine.
And Joanne for making all the arrangements. Thank you. And Barbara for being our tech guru. Everybody is just, y'all, everybody has a wonderful role to play. We wouldn't be the same if, without everyone here. So let's move on and have our installation of officers.
What we bring up the topic about change
Penny is gonna install. Nothing, she's saying I'm trying to hurry along to the installation. So Kitty's gonna do the installation. And so we can have the officers.
All of these people.
No idea about that. Glasses. Can you get rid of those?
I know what you mean.
Glasses that were found last night or something, did you find out?
Yeah, Cheryl's, right?
Or Cheryl's.
We think.
And they're not mine.
Oh, they're not Cheryl's. Oh, they're not Cheryl's. Do we know who those belong to? At dinner last night, they were left on the table.
And somebody got mine.
Maybe you could use those.
Yeah, just use those.
I don't see them on the floor.
I see the case, I don't see the glasses.
Okay, it's in the doggy. Okay, it's doggy. I'm still waiting for the
They might be just reading.
And y'all, meanwhile, are the cards going around?
Yeah.
The 3 cards? Okay.
That was the last
They
card.
might just be reading.
All right,
Okay, let's try to do this properly.
all right. Kitty is gonna
Now,
install
where would you like to ask people to come up to be installed?
We can move these chairs if you want. We can
Whatever you like, I'm
What
just
do y'all
gonna ask
think?
people to come up.
Stand in front of the chair.
in front of the chair.
Yeah.
Then y'all stand there. I'm gonna.
Okay, somebody said
Next door.
Oh, did you? And you didn't bring a whole plate in?
Well, there were only like five.
Well, that would work then.
I am.
Are they for the ward members?
That's if anybody is.
It's because it's a big vase and you don't want to take it home.
Those are my presents for my house.
Everybody wants to think.
And then my present is in my best.
And we start counting.
Come in the name.
Yeah, it's a big.
Then,
We'll have Katie tell us.
and then I just bought.
I was like, first one, I'm going to start. I would like to congratulate Jennifer Benish and the officers and board members who worked so hard to complete this wonderful job they did so successfully. We had new projects started and ongoing projects were given new life. So thanks to their efforts, the ALA can continue to, as stated in our mission statement, nurture the rule of law for freedom's sake. My privilege now to install the newly elected American Lawyers Alliance officers and directors for 23-24. The following officers have been elected, so please come up as I call your name. Jennifer Benish, Sharon Chapelier, join this reverse order, don't you?
Oh, okay.
Jean Skilton, Evelyn Albright, Dodie Manning, Dominique Varner, and Janet Bullenby. Will each person raise their right hand as I address you with oath?
We're waiting for Dominique.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody here? Okay.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna do it individually, not together.
Okay,
Individually,
individually.
you don't have to put your name.
Oh, that's a good idea. And put your right hand up.
No, I'm doing individual.
Yeah.
Jennifer Bench, will you serve as 23-24 immediate past president, proudly and wholeheartedly giving continued strength and confidence to others and to all entertained inside the organization?
I will.
Sharon Cavalier. Will you serve as 23-24 treasurer, proudly and wholeheartedly giving continued, concise and thoroughly accountability in handling the financial responsibilities of ALA?
I will.
Jean Skilton. Will you serve as 23-24 proudly and wholeheartedly giving vigilance and diligence in recording the minutes of ALA meetings taking place in the coming year?
I will.
Evelyn's not here, so, and Jody's not here, so let's hit that. Jody Garner, will you serve as 23-24 president-elect proudly and wholeheartedly, continuing to grow in strength and courage as you approach the job of president in the coming year?
I will.
Janet Rowland. Will you serve as 23-24 president of the American Lawyers Alliance proudly and wholeheartedly in the coming year, always remembering the needs and strengths of others who are in your midst and who deserve your very best in providing leadership in this fine organization devoted to such a high purpose and at this momentous time in our country? So help you God.
I will.
Directors. We have directors here. Let's see, Guy Harrison, Lucy Harrison, Joanne. She's a director.
I get the photo down first. We don't do that after.
Okay, you know, that's okay. We can do this. Do you want to get them first and then bring the rest of the
It's up
board
to
up? Okay. You can
We're
get the officers.
Okay.
They can stay there.
We're
Just
staying
there
this
and
way
there.
now? All right.
Right now, okay, fine. And then we'll take a picture with the officers and directors. Somebody else will take yours. Okay, the following are the elected directors for 23-25. Guy Harrison, Lucy Harrison, Joette Mager, please. Noel Roberts and Jean Skilton. Okay. Will each serve, will each serve as directors of American Lawyers Alliance proudly and wholeheartedly in the coming year, mentoring those who need it to help the organization advance its cause and supporting cooperatively all who come into the organization to serve its great goals and high purpose. All answer yes.
Yes.
Directors to continue. We don't have to swear them in because they were sworn before. And but I will name them: Mary Ann Ferris, Deborah Jarvis, Janie Petit, Virginia Sampson, and Don't make fire. Okay, and now, as elected leaders of the American Lawyers Alliance, will all of you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
as an officer or director of the American Lawyers Alliance.
as an officer or director of the American Lawyers Alliance.
Now, committee chairs and all board members present, please stand. Joining you in, standing.
I'm sure our committee chairs, everybody's in here is on a committee or a committee
But
chair.
it's a committee
Already
chair.
will be. Yes.
I just stand up, okay. Joining you in this commitment are others in this room who will serve the American Lawyers Alliance in the coming year as chairs of committees and in other capacities, which places them on the ALA Board of Directors. You two individually have a very important role in the success of this new board. Will each of you raise your right hand? And your response to the following question will be, we will. The question is, will you serve proudly and wholeheartedly and with utmost integrity in the coming year, remembering the needs and strengths of others as you work cooperatively with your officers and directors in advancing the goals and objectives of the American Lawyers Alliance in 23-24?
Yeah.
24-25.
25.
Sorry. We will. I have no idea. Congratulations. It's my privilege to declare each of you have been duly installed and to congratulate you on a promising and successful year. Congratulations. These my glasses.
Say,
Was that done right?
before we adjourn, I'm gonna officially hand the gavel over. So, but first I wanna, if we can find my notes.
We actually lost it now.
I have notes on wonderful Janet that I was prepared to deliver. And as I hand the gavel over to her, and I'm so sorry. I had them here all ready to go. And maybe they're in my. Here we go. So I want to say a little something about Janet as I pass the gavel. She was ALA Volunteer of the Year in 2016. I'm just showing y'all how very well qualified she is. She has been an ALA member since 2005. She has served on this board in so many capacities, and she's done an excellent job in every capacity. She, at one time, you were the one that planned all the trips and the travel and the hotels. And that's a huge, as we can, as Joe will attest to, that's a huge job. So she did that for many years. Organized travel and events for many, many meetings. She's a member of her local chapter, the National Capital Lawyers Auxiliary, NCLA, since 1966.
Wow.
So she was 10. And that auxiliary started in 1960. And she was president of the NCLA from 2002 to 2003, and then co-president from 2013 to 2016. I have found she has a very can-do attitude, and she always gets the job done.
Yes.
And Janet and I did auxiliary awards together. And so when she says she's gonna do it, she'll do it, and it'll get done. You don't have to worry. And she's also very responsive, and she's also very smart. I noticed that too when I was working with her. So I had an opportunity to work with her on several committees, and then of course this year. So it's just been a joy. So Janet, I'm going to officially pass the gavel to you as the new incoming president of the American Lawyers Alliance.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you have anything you want to say? I have one more little presentation after you say, you want to say a few words?
No, I just want to say thank you very much. I thought that by doing the events and everything, I would bypass the president. Stephanie is the one who twisted my arm.
Just Stephanie.
Stephanie.
So I mean, I've been involved for a long time, but I really don't know the nitty gritty, so maybe calling on anybody for help because, one of my favorite sayings, a smart person asks for help, and so I'm gonna need your help. That's about all I have, and I'm happy to work with all of you, and you will get a job. But, there's some blank places here, and I'll be calling upon you. I will call you personally and we'll discuss it. If you have any things that you would like to do, please don't hesitate to let me know. And that's all I have. Thank you.
One little presentation before I adjourn, but I had a really great board that worked with me this year, which really saved me because after I became president, I didn't know I was gonna be president until like.
Oh, that's right.
So anyway, I didn't get to go through the ranks. So anyway, everybody, y'all were,
You didn't need to go through it. I should have said something about Jennifer and I kind of slipped over there. But she took this, she never had a chance to be president-elect, and she just jumped right in as president and just did it. I mean, she just went, okay, what you know, and we did whatever she said, and it was working. It was a wonderful year, and everybody enjoyed it. They started with projects, and we gave life to old projects, and that was thanks to you.
we did. It was a wonderful year. And I want to thank every one of you because everyone was so supportive. I would send out emails, people would actually respond. It was wonderful. Everybody was so supportive and I'm just so thankful for this group. And I called a lot of you a lot and emailed y'all a lot and so anyway, you'll get a little break now, but I enjoyed it very, very much. And y'all, I'm not a very organized person, but y'all keep me organized. So, for Janet, I have a little something for you as serving as my, president-elect. For Anne, who has taken wonderful minutes, and so, I have to say, okay, now Anne, tell me, what minutes do we approve at this meeting? What minutes do we approve at this meeting? And she was so good about helping me keep things in order, okay, the order of the meetings will be, so she was wonderful, helping me with the agenda. And for sweet Kitty, one of my vice presidents, that worked so hard on the mock trial, I got us. And so she got us into this new, we wanted something new for the year, the mock trial, and you always have all the answers, and so that was always wonderful. And then for Sharon, oh, wait a minute, these have to,
Their names on them?
they have a special, yes, it's special. This is Jen. See, y'all wanna go home with the wrong one, like, oh, it's not my name, this Kay, that's Katie. And then, I mean, that one, what's on the bottom of that one? And
Sharon.
there you go. Thank you, and Sharon's just great, she's been doing this. And
A long time.
no, she knows
I was
the
so
answers on the money and what to do, and she remembers the history, and well, did he do it this way, or how much money? And she, if not, she can, and she always looked up, so yeah, I just appreciate so much each of y'all, and I just want to thank y'all for allowing your president. Oh, my president?
People may not know if they haven't been in the role before, but the immediate past president takes care of ordering the gift for the president. And it is a beautiful vase.
It's in there.
Oh, it's in there.
behind
Oh,
you.
I thought they were gonna mail it to you.
No, but I
Oh.
did, but then they mailed it to me, but then I brought it so y'all could see it.
Oh, good.
So exercise.
I just want to say, it is beautiful.
About it, and they said, don't worry about it.
And we have our little emblem etched on the vase. It's beautiful. In fact, my cat knocked it over and broke it, and I ordered another one and paid for it because it's so beautiful. I just couldn't bear it that I didn't have it.
I brought it because I wanted y'all to see it, and I wanted to show my sister. Cause I was and then I showed my sister, and I said, look. So it's beautiful, and I'm so glad you said that, because I wanted to thank y'all, I forgot it was sitting over there. So this is the base that, so it's the American Lawyers Alliance, and it has your name, and it has the date.
That's very nice, that you can remember in 5 years from now.
What year was that?
Yes, mine was not me.
It wasn't that.
We also changed, when Cheryl was president, we adopted that. logo. Yeah.
And I'm the first one who got that.
Yeah,
piece, and
right.
I agree, it is just lovely, it's my coffee table in my living room and flowers in it quite often.
Well, it's lovely, and thank y'all, I'm telling you, you said something, I forgot I had it sitting over there. So thank y'all so much, it's lovely, it's gorgeous, and I will treasure this. So thank y'all so very, very much. Okay, is there any other to discuss? Anything to discuss?
Well, Jane is now president.
Yeah, now, so we're gonna adjourn this meeting.
Adjourn.
We're gonna adjourn this meeting, and Janet's gonna lead the next meeting, so, okay, meeting adjourned. 2:20. Right.
All right, okay, Mike, you got.
Oh, yeah, this was shipped to me and I just brought it so somebody could see it. It comes in my car. Does anyone need to take a break before we start the next? I wanted to give.
Oh. Are you?
Yeah, I have to go meet them.
Okay. No, I'll be in touch.
Okay, I'll be there.
I have a phone.
I did.
And so we're.
I'll see y'all. Does anyone need to take a restroom break? Let's take a quick, you want to take like 5 minutes and break? And then we're gonna have the new board, we're gonna have the new board meeting.
And we.
Take a 5 minute.
Is this little?
If you want to, amend whatever you want. I'm gonna let you mention it.
But not maybe.
No. If when I.
So that they will know. No, it's not.
Early on. when you were doing the car.
Pretty case.
Does anyone have scissors? Oh, no, first all. I hope they're not too big for y'all to take in the suitcase. They're not, I don't think it's too big. I think it'll fit your suitcase.
Oh.
But there's something else, you have to open it, because there's something in here besides the. Here,
Note paper.
Yeah, that's what my sister's doing. I did. Yeah, so just fill it up with their name on it.
Thank
Yes, it didn't matter.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
It has her name on it.
We'll work together and we'll work on your. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you know, I bought one for myself.
Yeah. Okay, I see how it's going to be.
Yes. Thank you, thanks.
Spelled right, thank you.
I'm gonna run to the ladies room and then we'll start, okay?
Mine's pretty good. Yes.
No, mine's are,
All right, I can always.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, that. I didn't. Oh, sure. Oh, my God.
It's here. It's your colors.
Now you can see.
Okay, oh, you are not taking.
But like, hi, welcome.
Did you find the glass, Kitty?
I did. Which means I walk, I put it down sometimes and there it is.
But I was just.
Thank you for asking.
Okay, over to you, Mr. Secretary.
Oh, yeah, it's been your job now.
I have it all taped already, all of this. I didn't feel like bringing my computer.
My, inspiration now. Want to say.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Ready when you're ready.
Now we have all the cards going on, like I was trying to.
I signed, I got signed last one, I signed this.
Yeah,
I don't think I signed that one, I Lucy got it signed. If you want, write the bill, it doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. I don't mind, if you don't mind, that'd be fine, go ahead, I probably get out faster from down there than Ribbon. Unless I'm mailing from here somewhere.
Did you sign this one?
Yes, I did, it's like along the top of the side. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
All right, are we all here?
Oh, somebody just walked out. There he is. Wait a second.
The meeting is called to order.
No, I'm just, we gotta wait, I guess.
What are we waiting?
Yeah, Marion. Paris.
We started with a.
We're waiting for Mary Ann.
To go to bed.
We do not question. We just accept.
All right, well, let's start.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, the meeting of the American Lawyers Alliance. New board meeting shall come to order on Friday, August 4th, 2023 at 2:28 p.m. And Dan Lambro is going to read our inspirational message.
I don't think this is her first rodeo.
Yeah.
You can tell that.
First of all, I would like to say, thank you for letting me come. I'm not on the board, but I was many years ago and I've enjoyed seeing you. That's why I come. Jennifer asked me to do the inspiration. I didn't know it was at the very end of so I've been coming to everything, but I haven't.
Should we clarify that one?
Okay. Okay, I was gonna stand here, so, Mary Ann Paris did not ask me to speak louder.
Oh, yeah.
Your microphone.
Did she go to the ladies' room?
Yeah, but it's a mile down the road. She's disappeared, so I'm gonna start with that. I'm standing behind my. One of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
Oh.
Okay, this is called Change the Way You See, and I'm a school teacher and better not be talking. Okay, change the way you see. Eyes. We don't have crow's feet. We have happy memories of laughing with friends until the tears flowed. We don't have frown lines. We have the marks of our frustration and confusion, which we battled through, smiling in the end. We are not going gray. I know you and I aren't ever going gray. No, my hairdresser is 72 and I'm worried about what's gonna happen when she quits. I'm not ready to go gray yet. We are not going gray. We have shimmering highlights of wisdom dashed throughout our silver, well, something was silver here. We don't have scars. We have symbols of strength we were able to find when life got tough. We don't have stretch marks. We have the marks of growth and the marks of motherhood, which are our is our wonderfully womanly evolution. We are not fats. We bear the evidence of life filled with abundance, blessings, and good times. We are not just forgetful. We have a mind so full of stories, memories, and moments, there is scarce room to hold much else. And we are not old. We are blessed with a life of great length, something not everyone can say. So don't change the way you look, my friends. Change the way you see. Yes.
She sent it to you. You said it.
Well, actually, I sent 3 to Jennifer
Yeah.
and they picked the one they wanted and I like that one
I
best.
like
So,
this.
yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, thank you so much, Dan, most appropriate for all us ladies, and the next item is approval of the budget. Sharon?
Okay,
When they told me to do
you already,
we did it.
budget, and there was a
You wanna say it?
correction, on the budget that I had presented, adding $3,000,
Yes.
2,500 for the
National High School Mock Trial Competition.
Yes.
donation and 500 for incidentals. So, everything else is the same on the budget that you have received in the papers.
Nothing else?
Yes.
And I didn't question.
That was the money for the people going to the.
No.
No.
It's
I thought we talked about increasing the $1,000 for the awardees to a little more, because we didn't want them to spend their own money coming to receive.
I'm surveying the teachers to find, the ones who are here today to find out what they spent to determine if we do need to increase that. So I don't have anything to present yet on that.
Let's talk about that today.
And the 2,500 is a donation to the mock trial. We pay ourselves to go, yeah.
And ALA doesn't cover any of that. We do the wristbands, which I didn't bring today again. Well, they're here. That was covered by the 500 from last year. So we have several of those left over, so we may be in good shape.
So I need someone to make a motion.
So moved.
Second. You're doing minutes, it's right. I was just
It's
saying.
committee, so, yeah.
Should sit there.
But now it came from committee, so you just seconded it?
No, I just,
No, I so moved that,
That,
that what we brought out of committee. is
right, but
about-
that's a motion. I don't think we need it, do we? Can't we just?
Oh, my goodness, I don't think we do either. I'm trying to think back, but it's a
We
long
talked about
time.
this the other day.
Who brought their Robert's rules of order?
You submit it for approval from committee and we vote.
It has to be voted.
And then we do it again this,
Okay,
this meeting.
I submit. the
Yeah.
budget
The
as
committee recommends.
recommended
Yeah,
Yeah.
for approval.
yeah, and then we,
vote.
All right, everybody in favor? Aye. Opposed? Nobody. Okay.
Who wants to have a poster board next year of the rules?
Great job. Yeah, you can handle that.
That would be a great thing.
Well, Judy Welby was the parliamentarian.
Yes,
Yes.
She was.
and she would tell you.
Yeah, she was.
Isn't she still parliament?
She is,
Yeah, she did.
she's not here, that's right.
She put her on Zoom, she.
Most you had the info.
she had the choice.
And I plan to call her and ask her if she'll continue, because she doesn't have to be here. Right, then the next thing I was told is approval of standing committee chairs. We have the car committee, Jennifer Benish is immediate past president. Awards, Troy, Barbara Smallwood. Jurgen Meyer is Noel Roberts. And judicial, I'm not gonna go through all of these things, but, the ones that are blank, I will be calling on you to fill the special committees and whatever else needs to be filled in. I didn't have a chance to do that before then. So, if everybody approve of the standing committees that will be forthcoming, I mean, do we have to mention all the people, or I don't know how this works.
Certainly, you do mention all the people, just so that people know that there are chairs, but if you don't have a bill in, you can't. So you can,
Well,
you know what you
because
can do at your first.
They have to be sworn in, so.
Well, nobody said, I sure know.
Chairs are just announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question, on the car, there's a 3-year,
Yes.
slot and a 1-year slot. So who's who for the 3 and who's who for the 1?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, you must be finishing up, so.
Well-
Something down, do we know?
Well, I think I was 3 and you were 1, or I was 1 and you were 3, I don't remember. I probably need to be on there since I'm.
Yeah, I have my directory, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
Doesn't usually say the director.
Sorry, that's why.
No, I don't know either.
I don't know.
Wow, find my directory, and we'll see.
So what's
well, there's a 3-year,
Yeah,
yeah,
person on there,
right,
and I've always been one of the other.
right.
I just wondered.
Did you run out?
I didn't. No, I don't know.
There's nothing in it that says that you can't.
Member at large, 1 year, Margaret Settle. Member at large, 3 years, Sue Bennett.
Oh,
That's interesting.
when was that?
I thought that's what it said.
Is that this, I mean.
Barbara Smallwood, you're on it as an ALA toy representative.
Okay,
So Margaret Settle was 1 year and Sue Bennett 3.
Oh, okay.
From
So when did they expire then?
So that's just.
Expired now, yeah, and the 3 year.
But Barbara was always on it because, she has a double capacity.
Yeah.
She was.
I don't have to be, that's, you
I
know,
know.
I just
Like you to
wondered.
be.
The 3-year, Margaret must have been appointed last year for the 3 years, so she'll continue through Janet and through Janet's,
But she just, Margaret was 1 year.
yeah, who's the 1 year now?
And
Yeah,
Margaret
Janet, you'll need to.
Sue
fill
was
it.
3.
was 1 year and Sue was the 2.
Yeah, so you need to replace
We need to
Margaret,
find a 1 year.
or ask Margaret to do it again.
But isn't that the one you called her and asked her if she would continue? And she said,
I asked her if she would continue on with the toy, be on the toy committee. The,
oh, all right.
Tuesday
That's
to
it.
committee.
Car, this is car.
Yeah, that puts her on card, that's
We
good.
need to find a 1 year car member.
Well, she might want to do that and do it again.
Who's the 3?
all right.
Is Sue Bennett the 3 year?
Yes.
I don't know.
So you don't have to do anything with Sue, because she was just appointed last year.
Right.
Oh,
Sue was just appointed last year.
So it's Sue Bennett,
yes.
So she'll be it during your
and so
term.
I need somebody for 1 year.
Right.
Ask Margaret again.
I'm wondering, would it be confusing or less confusing if for the 3 year we put in the yearbook when they were appointed, so
Yes.
we'll know when their
That
time
does
is up?
Makes sense.
For the 3 years.
Because Sue we did her last year.
I could just put the years in parentheses
Right,
after it.
right.
Okay.
Then we'll remember, or if we don't remember, we won't remember.
All right, and if I have questions about these, who should I call? Anybody?
Okay.
Call me because I can look at the past yearbooks.
She can look at
Okay.
that.
All right, I'll call you, Barbara. And that was all I have. The other thing was I mentioned I sleep on it and I slept on where our meeting should be. And for me, I think we should just go along with our Louisville meeting in February. But it's open for discussion and I don't know if we want to discuss it today.
Was there a committee being formed to discuss it, or?
We had mentioned it before, but now if we go along with that, we don't need a committee.
Well, we could have a committee that would do the second one.
Yeah, the Chicago
But
one.
maybe it would be a good idea today to get some consensus,
Something, you know.
because the people would like to start planning. I think.
Right.
Yeah, because some people have already.
And some already
plans
have plans, yeah.
for marching.
And I think that the committee would be certainly interested in the president's opinion, so.
Right.
Certainly make note of that too, whichever place you like to meet.
Well, how many people would like to go to to Louisville?
I've never been.
It's a beautiful place.
How many don't want to go to Louisville?
How many are ambivalent?
I think we made a decision.
But nothing could be worse than Chicago when we were there, and it was -10.
Well,
It was
we'll
like, that was the
we'll
worst.
form a committee to think about someplace other than Chicago.
Well,
Good
we've already
idea.
got.
You got your committee though.
Yes, it's in somewhere. I wrote it down.
Yeah, I wrote it down too.
Can I write in the minutes that was the consensus?
Yes.
Yes.
Of those present.
All right, so Louisville it is. If anybody knows anything about it, let Joette and Lucy know.
Well, Annie has a contact.
And Ann,
Yeah. Well, I can.
That's right.
What's the dates on that?
Oh, yeah, we need the dates. I wrote,
It's the
So back to
thirty-first of January, that's when the ABA is.
Look at the back of our book.
Five.
yes.
Is it in the book?
To the back of the book.
Yeah,
Back
I
to-
think
back
it's
page of the
31st
roster.
of the bill.
Unless I took it out because we didn't know what was going on.
no, it's in the book.
I think
I looked it up, no, I looked it up on the internet, I think that's.
And that was the ABA, that was me earlier.
Right,
We usually take.
we meet in the middle. Oh,
It should be toward the back, Jennifer, the very back. No, like the last page or something.
I have it on one of our agendas, I think, from yesterday, maybe.
Maybe I didn't put it in. last time.
Honors and memorial, new members.
Hold on, I know I have it in my new.
So should you want it in the minutes that the consensus is not to meet in Chicago?
Then maybe we should just have a little vote on that one.
You
I
probably
would
should.
say that is one, two.
Oh, here it is.
It's actually
I
up
found
to
the
the
dates.
executive committee,
Oh, good.
The 31st through February 3rd,
yeah.
January 31st through February
Is it
3rd.
like a Wednesday, Thursday?
The 31st is a Wednesday. And the 1st is a Thursday.
So we would do that.
So it'd be the 31st to the 2nd.
Well, you should read this, Ann. This is interesting. This is things to do in Louisville from,
Yeah, right, and I've sent it to everyone who is on the committee.
oh, not on the committee, I can't read.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we're on for Louisville. And please think about where you'd like to go besides Chicago.
Somebody mentioned this yesterday, but logistics are probably a problem. I love Mackinac Island. I've been
Yes,
there twice
well,
in my life.
The problem with Mackinac
Is getting there.
Yeah,
Transportation.
the transportation
Right.
is really bad.
From to fly, where would you flying in?
Grand Rapids.
You have to fly in
Why
Grand
Detroit?
Rapids, and
It's a
then you have to
4-hour
go
drive.
from Grand Rapids to another
Sault
regional
Ste.
one,
Marie.
and
And then the boat,
then the Shepler boat takes you over, and then if you're unlucky like me on one of our things,
I was there for the state bar thing. Somebody said, oh, that looks like my luggage, and off they went. I didn't see them, and I'm going, don't think my luggage is here. Anyway, and it's very expensive. Yes.
What is the only place that has enough room for us? It's the hotel.
The reservations are really.
Oh, the Grand Hotel.
The Grand.
The Grand Hotel is,
Well, there's another one on the island.
they're all very expensive.
Okay, well, I thought maybe one more time.
Maybe we can take a trip there with you. Just a trip.
All of us is good together.
Galveston has come up.
Sure, I'll go to Mackinac.
August,
Good.
August in Galveston.
Well, you don't have to have it. No, you do not have to have it in August because it's not an ABA thing.
Oh, did you find out about Santa Barbara and the dates on that?
I will do some work, to find out what, but
it's
it's high season, it's high season.
The Bavarian in Lodge in Frankenmuth would be an excellent.
Oh, is there a way that we, our committee who's gonna do this, could get input from each and every person by email? If they're interested, to make their suggestion on where we would be. I think sorry. And, you know, if it's.
That's a good idea. I would be willing to do that. I'll get the names and send out and get feedback.
In other words, we're planning a destination,
Yes.
Right.
a great trip.
And
not
it's-
that-
And the consensus was, maybe we should try some small towns. That wouldn't be quite so expensive.
That's why I was thinking of Frankenmuth, your Bronner World. The largest Christmas store in the world.
I've been there. I've been there.
Lodge will have their new largest water park finished by then.
Oh, I'll go in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
All right, everybody should be. Answer my emails.
In the middle of the, like,
Kansas City.
Kalamazoo, Michigan, Kalamazoo, North South Dakota or something, I don't know.
We need to think of some place that's easy for older people to get to, transportation wise, that you don't have to drive 4 or 5 hours to get from the airport to where we're going. Someplace we can fly into reasonably without taking multiple puddle jumpers.
And when I do the email, I'm gonna suggest that we.
Largest mall in US, it's a.
It's in Minneapolis.
So, not worth it. But I'm gonna ask, because it doesn't have to be August. So.
Maybe September.
Oh, that's right, since we're not gonna be with ABA.
Jeannie Skelton add that in, you know,
Yeah.
whatever to the timing and
Suggested times, yeah.
we can talk about it.
But yeah, good. And not come to any decision.
That's us.
Well, I'll find my notes and we'll get our committee together and Jeannie can send out emails and messages and whatever. And that's about it as far as comments that I have. Are there any other items that should be brought up at this time? Dan, you're finished.
Nice job.
All right.
Good job.
2:45.
Good job.
Did you know Toronto?
I get this to my parson. Another next week. I'm trying to get it. Okay. I was thinking we could just,
In 20.
yeah, get it to my parson.
I thought
It's right in front of the hotel. It's right there underneath. And
You're from
so he said I could call the elder, but
2020.
I think we can. Okay, we can make a couple of little trips. That'll be great.
Okay.
And I bought the different shoes too.
I could.
Everybody look together.
Yeah.
I just checked, I checked out right before this meeting.
And what, oh, are you going over to?
Yes, and I have my car. If you want to ride with me, okay, and I don't know, unless you're gonna walk over. I just took go on, I think it's Wells Fargo downtown Spring. I think I get some cash. I need to detour. Yeah, to Wells Fargo, and then I'm going over there. Are we leaving? If